How's it going, everybody? This is Dustin with Team Conti Sim Performance with the Q-Lap replay for Milwaukee 25, Season 3, Week 10. Q setup this week can be a lap 1 or lap 2. This replay is lap 1. However, I ran nearly an identical time earlier in my practice session, running lap 2. Lap 1 is a little free. If you want it a little snugger, run lap 2. But if you run too hard on lap 1, it'll get real tight in the center of 3 and 4 on lap 2. And again, that is due to the cambers that we run in these qualifying setups. They have a very short shelf life, so finding that optimal optimal point throughout your 2-lap run to really push it is going to be individual to you. I think in the end we'll find that the best procedure is going to be kind of a moderate lap 1 and going hard lap 2. But we'll get right into it. Q setup is also a third gear setup. It's a little taller, so it's not chipping like the race setup is. Alright, so there's a 30.08. A couple things I want to look at. Ironically enough, this I was setting myself up to run lap 2 on this lap and just happened to put down a good lap. The reason I chose this one for the replay is simply to illustrate that your lap time here is going to be dictated by how little you slide the rear tires. Whichever lap you choose to go, whether it be lap 1, lap 2, the straighter you can drive off the corners, the less you can slide your rear tires, the better your lap time will be. Again, I was setting myself up for lap 2 here. I ended up screwing up lap 2, but the reason I chose this, it was, like I say, it was my best lap. It was my fastest lap in this practice session. As I was trying different things. But the reason I chose this one was just to illustrate that point. So we're gonna break down where I think I lost a tenth here. So off into turn 1, I'm about a half a lane off the bottom entering. I did get down close to that curb at that point that we discussed in the race video, that is kind of your target point right here. It was a little wider arc to that point, where Nick in his race run replay it was a straighter trajectory to that point as he's slowing down. And then center exit was pretty good. Turn 3 is where it all kind of comes apart. Entered really hard, really high. Missed the bottom. I should be half a car width lower at that point. It should be down here. Really wrapping the curb. Don't want to get on it much. You can touch it. Definitely don't want to get up on it. It'll de-wedge the car. But down considerably from where I am. Able to pick up throttle and roll into it pretty smoothly. And then it's just this low straight exit where I'm just driving it up the track rather than letting it slide up the track. No rear slip. That's ideal. But in testing, I did notice that when I entered lower, when I did wrap the bottom, you could just watch your delta bar move to green. But where I entered hard and slowed it late, you can see I'm really working it to the bottom, or trying to work it to the bottom, and it snaps free. Whereas if I had a straighter approach, I could have entered as hard, as fast, and just slowed it down in a straighter line. But right here where I'm trying to slow it down with all that wheel in it, trying to work it back to the bottom as I'm slowing it down, that's what unloads the rear and makes it step right there. I mean, it was an easy save, easy cleanup, but definitely worth some time. And then again, a good strong straight exit. So yeah, I think it's definitely got a 29 in it, maybe even a low 29.9. Just have to put the lap together, which is it's a tricky place to do it. So to recap, this was a lap 1 run that wasn't really intended to be a lap 1 run. So there, like I say, there were a lot of mistakes, but I was surprised by the lap time and the speed that it had there, not really trying to make that a hot lap. And so that's why I chose this one, so that I could really illustrate the importance of not sliding the rears. All I did on this lap, I ran a poor line, but all I did was not slide the rears and still put down a pretty good lap time. So focus on that, keeping the rear under it, smooth throttle input. You don't want to be rocking into it with a lot of wheel in it, or it will step out over some of those transitions. There's a lot of, the surface isn't very smooth. There's a lot of ups and downs. You can watch as the truck goes around the track. You see it rise and drop, and a lot of different load points that you would not expect. And each of those things, if you are heavy in the wheel or heavy in the throttle, are going to affect the balance of the truck. So focus on keeping as little wheel in it as possible, not sliding the rears, and solid throttle transitions. And should be able to put down a pretty solid lap. Appreciate you choosing us. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out. Again, this is Dustin with Team Conti Sim Performance. Wish you guys the best of luck this week.